I gave you my heart.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the Lionheart Show. I want to help you guys understand what positive thinking and self-talk is about. A lot of people think positive thinking all of a sudden means you keep your head in the sand, you ignore all the things in life. That's not what we're saying at all. Positive thinking does not mean that at all. The thing is, we have to understand, we have to understand that positive thinking just means that you approach unpleasantness in a more positive and productive way. You think the best is going to happen, not in the worst manner. You're not in the negative. You're not you're being the trigger, or you're paying attention to uplifting moments and seeing that even in the negative you can find some positive out of it, whether your character is being built or something like that. So positive thinking often it starts with you talking to yourself in here, in your heart. It's letting you know this unstream. You got to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching the brain, teaching these things to your head. It's not automatic. You have to start training your brain to be positive. Your brain is either positive or negative, and it's up to you which direction you're going to go into. Some of your self-talk comes from logic and reason. Other self-talk may arise from you having misconceptions that you created because of a lack of information or understanding. The best way to get into understanding circumstances is by asking more questions. If the thoughts that run through your head are mostly negative, your outlook on life is more likely a pessimistic look of life. But if your thoughts are more of a positive way of thinking, your life is probably more of an optimist. Someone who practices positive thinking, looks a better future, thinks on some joy, puts it up there. So I'm going to teach you guys some health benefits to being positive thinking, and it's true. I'm going to tell you from someone who was in a negative thinking and was very unhealthy and overweight and everything, and their health went pretty bad. Someone who now lives in a positive way of thinking. So this: increased lifespan, lower rates of depression, lower levels of distress, greater resistance to the common cold, and better psychological and physical well-being, better cardiovascular health, and reduce the risk of death from cardiovascular disease, better coping skills during hardship and times of stress. I'm going to tell you something. As someone who was a stress ball, who didn't have very good or any coping mechanisms whatsoever, someone who shifted their brain into positivity, I can now say I've faced some pretty intense storms in the last little bit, including even terminal stuff, dealing with that kind of thing. And I can tell you that my health is turning around, and so is everything in my life, because I think positive. I put that energy out there. It's unclear why people engage in positive thinking experiences with these health benefits. Sorry about that. Some of the theories, and one of them is that having a positive outlook enables you to cope better with stressful situations, which reduces the harmful health effects of stress on your body. It's been believed that positive and optimistic people tend to live healthier lifestyles because they kind of care about themselves a bit more. They get more physical active and follow a healthier diet and don't generally smoke or drink in excess. So let's identify negative thinking. Let's go there. So, if you're not sure about what your self-talk is actually saying, if it's going positive or negative, some common forms of negative self-talk are this: filtering. You magnify the negative aspects of a situation and filter out all the positive ones. For example, you had a great day at work, but you completed your tasks ahead of time and were complimented for doing a speedy and thorough job. That evening, you focused only on your plan to do even more tasks and forgot about the compliments you received. Personalizing. When something bad occurs, you automatically blame yourself. How many of you do that? Okay, so here's an example, or here's a circumstance. You hear that an evening out with friends has been vetoed. And then you make this assumption that the change in plans is because no one wanted to be around you. So now you made it really negative, okay? What the heck? People probably just cancel it because they want to cancel it. Also, you catastrophizing, which is where basically you anticipate this, the worst. That's what you anticipate. The worst. The drive-through coffee, for instance, shop gets your order wrong, and you automatically decide that the rest of your day is a disaster because of one circumcision. Wow. I can't speak tonight, and I apologize, guys, but hey, I'm not going to delete this one. You're going to get it the way it is. Anyways, another one is polarizing. You see things only as either good or bad. There is no more middle ground. You feel that you have to be perfect, okay? Or you're a total failure. Okay, guys, get over it. Freaking we screw up every day. This is something I learned. I used to think that all the time. And I try to not fail. And then the thing is, what happens when you're trying to not do that? People confront you on it. Then you're busy lying about it because you're trying to cover up your fucking mistake. And that's not going to help anything or anybody. So excuse my language on that. But I just really don't know how else to put it on that one. But the reality is, you don't need to be covering that up. The thing is, it is much better to just be legit. You know what? You're going to make mistakes. Just go with it. You can laugh at it if you need to. I mean, come on. I'm telling you, I've made some pretty good doozers lately. For instance, I had a car accident. I probably shouldn't have been driving. I was super tired. You know, I should have had someone with me, and I couldn't stop my freaking car in time. My ABSs weren't working. But the reality is, something probably could have shifted if I wasn't. But am I going to sit there and polarize it and beat myself up on it and do all that? No, I made a mistake. So now you got to fix it. You get your insurance dealt with. You do all the things you got to do. And you go up to someone and you say, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I don't even know what happened. But hey, it happened. You know, there's just like nothing you can do. It is what it is. So here's focusing on positive thinking. Let's get onto that. How do we do that? Everyone can learn to turn their negativity into positivity. I'm not even joking. I know exactly. I'm telling you, it's true. We totally can. The process is kind of simple, actually. It's not really that difficult, but it takes you actually doing the work to do it. But this is the thing. It's about practice. It's about being repetitive. Just keep going and going. The thing is, you're creating a new habit after all. Here are some ways and things to behave in more of a positive, optimistic way. One of the things I do is if I start to go negative, I actually do this in my brain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because, it just triggers the brain. Go, what are you doing counting backwards? What are you doing counting backwards? Okay? And then you just stop and you identify areas to change. If you want to become more optimistic and engage in more of the positive outlooking things, first identify the areas in your life that usually thinking negative about are not working for you. Your daily commute or your relationships, you can start small. You can focus on one area approach in more of a positive way. So that's what I did. I would start off, I was always going into depression and negativity, like I'm gonna die all the time, like, because legitimately, I had a note, and so I could have written on that. But screw that stuff. I had to think of something different. I had to go a whole other direction. I had a choice. Am I going to live or not live? What am I going to do? You got to really shift, guys. You got to recognize you can do it. It is a lot of practice. But check yourself periodically during the day. Stop and evaluate yourself. Take a moment, meditate. Sit back and take a few steps and go, okay, how's my day going? If you find that your thoughts are mainly negative, well then, you got to change that. Okay, find a way to put a more positive spin on it and see what you can do to change it, okay? If you're being negative for a moment, one of the things I even do is I'll just start making fun of myself and laughing at my own self just to help shift it, okay? So anyways, be open to humor. There you go. Be open to humor. Give yourself permission to smile, laugh at things, especially during difficult times. For crying out loud, sometimes if things are just going insane, you just gotta laugh. For instance, the other day, I'm like me and my business partner going head to head. And I mean, we were in negativity. I was in negativity. I was sicker than a dog. I am in so much pain. I got a bulging disc in my back, and he had me lifting boxes because, well, we only had the two of us, and we had to load up my stuff and get, oh my gosh, it was a mess. And I'm losing my stuff, okay? I mean, I'm losing my stuff, and I end up telling my business partner to F off, and I just effing had enough, and I'm just so effing tired of being micromanaged, and I said, I feel like an effing child, and I'm like, next thing I know, he grabs me, he brings me in, he holds me. I always forget. He goes, I always forget how much pain you live in, because you're always smiling, you're always so positive, and you always just keep going. But I forget that you really are dealing with stuff. And then we held each other for a moment. We stopped. I had a big cry. But then we laughed. We had to laugh because I was like, oh man, we're in the vehicle. I'm like, man, I can't believe you're still here. I was being such a bitch. And I was like, and I had to laugh at it. And I had to switch it. And I had to recognize the good in it. And he's like, man, my body took a moment to comprehend what I was going through, and there's the positive in it. So I had to shift it around, right? Or I could sit there in shame and go, oh my gosh, I was just such a fool. I had to bring humor into it. And we had a good laugh about it. We had a good laugh about our crazy moment. Anyways, so follow a healthy lifestyle, guys. Eating healthy, exercising, paying attention. Do 10 minutes of exercise a day or whatever. Make yourself even exercise in a positive ways. And all of that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, do gratitude journal, all that kind of stuff. Surround yourself with positive people. That's always important. Who are your friends, man? Who are your friends? That's a huge important thing. If your friends are very down and out trodden, either help cheer them up, or you might go find some other people to hang out with. Make sure you hang out with some positive people. And practice positive self-talk. Remember, you're valuable and you matter, and you're unique puzzle piece, the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. Remember those things. All right, since we said those two, so let's finish it off with the last one. Do one thing towards your dreams every day. Brings you one step closer. And if you need something to cheer you up, and you're just being lousy and down and dreary, well, check this little sucker out. This is Indica. She's a cutie patootie. Right, Indy? How's it going? Oh, it's a baby, so cute. Oh my goodness. Positive thinking, guys. Love each other. Get out there and just spread the message. Peace out. Take care.